Didn't you know? The main protagonist of Silent Hill 2 is James Sunderland, a confused wandering nomad who lost his wife and tries to find her in the vacation town of Silent Hill. While this may seem like a coincidence at first, James was actually meant to end up lost in Silent Hill. The world was meant to be completely cut off from Silent Hill after his entry as a reference to the Netflix original show, The Society. An Easter egg referencing the fate of James can be found directly in his name, Sunderland, which is composed of the words sunder, meaning to split apart, and land, meaning the Earth's surface. Putting these together, James's full name can be translated to James split apart the Earth's surface, a sentence summing up the main conflict of Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is the third installation in the romantic comedy franchise Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 is a unique entry in the series, as it holds many surprisingly tasteful references to the Judeo-Christian faith. This is best evidenced through the inclusion of the subplot revolving around James's wife Mary and her doppelganger Maria. In the game, James meets a woman who looks exactly like his wife and helps him in his search for her. She constantly brings up memories that only Mary would have, yet gets upset when James confuses her for Mary. This is a meta joke referring to the confusion regarding the multitude of Marys in the New Testament, of which it can be argued there are at least 6 of. The joke extends further, however, as their names are rooted in Jewish tradition. In Hebrew writing, vowels are implied, meaning that Mary and Maria would both be written simply as Mr, thus sharing the same name. This also confirms the popular theory that James and his wife are in fact Jewish. Another reference to Judeo-Christianity can be found in the canon ending of the game, which features a dog that is revealed to have been controlling the events of the entire game from a control room. This dog is supposed to act as a devil counterpart to God, which can be seen through the use of the heteropalindrome dog, which spelled backwards is God. In addition to the dog is the character Eddie, a spawn of Satan who is controlled by the dog and acts as the Antichrist within the story. When asked in an E3 interview a week after the game's release, series creator Masahiro Sakurai explained that he regretted adding these 2 characters the way he did. I wanted to have 2 characters act as a counterpart to God and as an Antichrist figure. However, fans of the game for some reason actually liked the dog, despite him being literally Satan. I feel so bad now. God let me go to heaven and even take pictures for the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2, and this is how I repay him. Oh well, at least when I apologized to Jesus, he forgave me. The idea to have multiple endings in Silent Hill 2 wasn't actually implemented by Sakurai. It was actually an element of the game that was added at the last minute by one of the game designers as he was playtesting the game. He was unable to figure out how to beat the game, and so he decided to add in several more endings until he was finally able to beat one of them. This was done very haphazardly, however, as he just wanted to find any possible way to lead to some other ending cutscene. This can be seen through the arbitrary actions that can entirely change the player's ending, such as how many times you look at a picture of Mary, or how many times you talk to Maria. This has been commonly misconstrued by fans as a subtle, nuanced psychological evaluation done on James throughout the game based on the player's choices, resulting in one of the most misunderstood game design choices in history. Didn't you also know Sonic Adventure 2 based many of its design choices off of Shadow the Hedgehog for the Nintendo GameCube, such as the ability to choose between a hero and a dark story, the addition of a last story after completing both stories, as well as having Shadow the Hedgehog as a playable character? If you want to know more trivia on Sonic and other obscure video game series, look out for the Didn't You Know video games episode on Sonic Adventure 2. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to leave a like and press the subscribe button to show support. If you want the chance to see episodes a week before their release, consider checking out the Patreon. Thank you to the patrons listed in the description who are currently supporting the channel on Patreon. And don't forget to look out for new episodes of Didn't You Know video games.